Hello, welcome back to my bench. Today's not going to be a repair video. Today's going to be a let's see if this works video. I got a bunch of old laptops laying around, and I was wondering if you can use these things for anything in these days, reasonably modern. Not whether they're going to be able to go out and play the latest version of some big game, but whether you can actually use them for the everyday stuff that you do. It was sort of inspired by my next door neighbor. She's got an old laptop that, I don't know, I think I gave her a long time ago, but I mean, she says, do I need to upgrade my laptop? And I said, well, you don't do anything with it. You get online and you read email and you play one little game, but it's pretty simple. There's nothing to it, and I think you're fine. Just keep what you've got until it quits working. So that's what she's going to do. But then I started thinking, you know what? I got a whole stack of these things laying around, and I wonder what you can do to them. So here's this one. This is a Dell Inspiron 1525. It's fairly basic computer. I mean, it's okay. It's got some good stuff in it. It's a Pentium dual core, not Core 2 Duo, but a dual core. It has on one side, it's got a couple of USB ports, not fast. It's got a VGA output, network, built-in modem, HDMI out, and this thing is a port IEEE 488. Let's see, on the other side, it's got a DVD. This is a S-Video. It's not a mouse, it's an S-Video. A couple more ports, USB ports. It has, does it have, it has an on-off network for wireless, so you can turn it off or you can turn it on. And I think, is that a, it looks like, I guess not. I don't see any way to get it out of there. It looks like a one of those card inputs on the side, but it's not doing anything. I think that's just a filler on this one, for those sliding cards. And then on the front, it's got two headphones and a microphone. They're separate jacks. And a little push, I don't know what that's for. It doesn't say. Might be a reset, a little bitty tiny reset hole. And it has a SD, an MMC, and an MS Pro reader. And that's about it. There's nothing on the back, and there's no battery. Battery is dead. The bottom of it is came with Windows Vista Ultimate Edition, and that's about it. Like I said, let's see, and this has, interesting, this has a little bitty port in the back where you can stick in a micro SD card. That's interesting. I've not seen one of those before. But it's pretty much just your basic, big, pretty good one in its day. It does have the Dell plug, so it's not real old. It's got that plug. It's got three parts to it: the barrel, the inside, and the outside. Anyhow, so what we're going to do is we're going to see if it can be used for something besides holding papers down. The touchpad on it's kind of crappy, so I've got this old mouse that I'll stick in here over on the side of one of the USB ports. And what I did with this one is I installed Chrome OS Flex. It's like what you get on a Chromebook. Everything is done online. There is the ability to save some stuff to the internal hard drive, but it's not made for that. It's made to do everything online. And I think it's the 64-bit version, but, which is strange. I didn't realize this was 64 bits. This one also has play, stop, and volume up and down, and mute on a little touchpad up here. So let's, and a home button. I don't know what that's for. So let's turn this on. Let's turn this on. There we go. And get into, I think it's F3 on this. Or F2. F2 is in setup. All right. You can even see this. It's very, very dark. Yeah, it's plugged in. This one has it's strange. Sometimes it takes a very long time to boot up. There we go. Yeah, without seeing me. Yuck. Okay. The screen is quite reflective. It's not really, when it's dark like this, it's terrible. All right, so what do we got going on? Why is that so dark? Is there a... wow, that is dark. And it's definitely got, that's interesting. Numlock's off. Let's see if I can find this here. Video. You can't see this at all. Brightness. Brightness on AC. Because it's turned all the way down. There. Is that better? Can you see that? Okay. I don't know how that happened. Let's find out what it is we've got here on this thing. It is a A13 BIOS version. And there's a service tag, who cares? The processor is an Intel Pentium dual core, 1.86 gigahertz, 800 megahertz minimum clock, and 1.86 gigahertz top clock or fastest clock. And processor cache is 1,000 kilobytes, a megabyte. And dual core is present, yes. Memory, it's got 4 gigs of memory. Memory speed is 533 megahertz for the bus. And what is it? Memory channel mode is dual, and it's DDR2. What else we got? We got a 320 gig hard drive in it with spinner, so it's really slow. And it's got a DVD RW over on the side. And the video controller is an Intel Crestline with a video BIOS of 1566 with 8 megs of memory, and it's 15.4 inch XGA. Native resolution is 1280 by 800. The audio is a Sigmatel Connextant modem, Dell wireless. It does not have a cellular device or a Bluetooth device, and it doesn't have any flash cache. And right now I got a 90 watt crappy power supply on it. It has no battery. Battery health, of course not. Date and time is set for, not now. So let's take it up to 2023 with no battery. Of course, it will do that. March, and that's the 21st. Yeah, 21st. And it is 12:27 p.m. There, that's set. And boot sequence is disk drive, internal hard drive, and USB storage and CD-ROM. So this will let you boot on a USB storage device, which is nice. Onboard devices, internal NIC. It's enabled with PCXE. PCXE is booting off of a network device. You don't need that. So external USB ports are enabled. The media card 1394 is enabled. SATA is ACHI. That's where it came as default. We'll leave it there. The module bay device, which is, you could put another battery, I believe, in where the DVD is, and the flash cache module. Okay, it lets you disable if you want to. Security. What do we got here? Security, there's none. Admin password, system, Wi-Fi catcher. This Wi-Fi catcher settings, this is, the Wi-Fi catcher setting is locked by the admin password. So it's denied right now. It means that it will catch foreign Wi-Fis when you go out. You don't really need to do that unless you're taking this thing with you. But you wouldn't do it anyway. Nobody would do it anyway because they all got phones. And disable bit. I don't even know what that. Execute CPU XD support. And what? CompuTrace service for absolute. Yeah, deactivated. Performance. It is multi-core is on. Dynamic acceleration is on. HDD. We want to set that to performance because, yeah, it's a little louder, but you want something like this to be as fast as you can. Speed step, the ability for it to go through its different speeds is on. USB wake up is off. Nothing in maintenance. Post behavior. Adapter warnings are on. All right, so that's all the good stuff you need to know. Internal Bluetooth is enabled, but it doesn't have one, so we'll turn that off. All of these things went back to standard just crap because no battery. Wi-Fi is enabled. Cellular off. Wireless switch. Okay, on the side of these things, you have a switch to turn on and off your wireless, and you got a big choice of what you can do with these. Right now it's set to all, which means when you turn it on, the wireless switch controls the Wi-Fi device, it controls a Bluetooth device, it controls the wireless, the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, depending on what's all on this thing. So for this one, the only thing we need is Wi-Fi because it doesn't have anything else. That Wi-Fi catcher, nobody cares. All right, so that's all set up now with the right date. Now, we want to save and exit and boot up into the program or the operating system I put on here, which is Flex OS 2 or OS Chrome OS Flex. And you could see, if you saw up there, it is a version of Linux. I'm not sure. It kind of acts a little bit like Ubuntu, but mostly it's they've made it up to be their own. It is not fast booting up. That is for sure. Like I said, this thing's got a spinner in it. But there it is with me. Because it's Flex, Chromebook, you have to actually sign into your Chrome account. So we'll sign in. It does allow you to run it off of the USB drive if you want to, but that's painful because of the slowness of it. But our main thing here is I just want to see if this thing can be used as a basic, computer that you use at home. So what we got is, if I can turn it here so you can see it, this is our page that we come up to. There's not much here on the main screen, and there never is on a Chromebook. You've got your main functions that you can do down here. You've got YouTube, you've got Google Meet, you got Messages, Files, Calendar, Gmail, and Google Chrome. Over on this side, you've got, and it's pretty responsive, it's popping up there really nice. You've got the basic stuff here. VLC, I put VLC on it. We'll get to that in a minute. You've got movies where you can go watch movies on Google. It's all the Google stuff. It's like Google Meet, Google Slides, Sheets, your Google Drive. If I click on that, it'll come up to my Google Drive. It says I'm offline. Aha! Why am I offline? Oh, I'm offline because I messed around with the button over here. So now it's trying to connect. Let's see if it finds anything. No, do not connect with that. There we go. It's connected. Okay, it's connected to Dave Cave, which is in here. I had it set up before. All right, so now let's go back to Chrome. Is that what I was doing? No. Go back over here. Go to my Google Drive, and it will pop up with my Devan Electronics Google Drive. There it is. So it does work. New tabs and everything. All right, so that works, and it's fairly fast. I don't know. Let's close that down. Oh, I hit that. It is not instantaneous. All right, now let's find out. Go to Gmail. And probably, yes. Yep, it does Gmail just fine. And how about watching videos on YouTube? Well, I don't know. Let's find out. Remember, this is a Core 2, or not a Core 2, it's a dual core. So let's go over to my page, my channel, and see what we got here. Stop that. Oh, I don't know. We'll pull up something here. All right, so here we are. Is that all the volume it's got? Yeah, okay. The volume up and down buttons work. Today we have a little bit of a review. Mute works. Volume down works. Sometimes. There we go. All right. So, well, that's fun. The buttons on top work. Let's see. We want to know if it'll work in full screen. It's working good here. All right. So let's see what it does in full screen mode. It was a little bit of a pause, but it seems to do okay. I'm kind of impressed. It's not stuttering. What is it giving me as far as settings? It's doing 720p on auto. So that's good. Wow, okay, I'm just a little bit impressed with the fact that it'll do all this stuff. And it's doing it pretty quick. All right, so let us see what we can do with the DVD over here, how that works. If it works. Oops. Yeah, this one's falling apart. I don't know. Let's see. I got Spaceballs. Right. We'll put that in there. And the little plastic clips on this thing fell off. And we'll stick it in and see what it does. See what it does slowly. It's a DVD. It takes it a long time to get there. It's making noise. Removable device connected. What does it want? Yeah. Okay. So it didn't call up to do anything. It just told me that there was a device connected to it. So let's go over here to VLC, which would be to play it. Well, it doesn't work. I went through here and I tried to load up VLC. I tried to get this thing to play a video off a DVD, and nope, it ain't going to happen. The VLC doesn't work in this version anymore, at least on Flex. And it says that it's not you're not going to. It is possible to get it working with something, but it's very, very difficult. So, nope, you're not going to use this as a DVD player. Oh, well, that's what do you expect? And let's see, one other thing we want to do with this one is we want to try and see if this works in the front here. It snaps in nicely. Removable device detected. And, yep, there it is. I have no idea what's on there. It's some sort of a Linux. External drive. Yeah, root FS and boot. So it's a Linux drive that's on here. That's nice. Okay, so we know that. So that guy works. Let's take that out. Yeah, whoa, be careful. Let's see. And just for fun, I used to have one. I guess I don't have one anymore. No, I don't have one. Let's try an old. That was in a thing. This is an old 8 gig card for my camera, and let's stick that in there and see if it recognizes that. It's a very slow. Came with a camera. It's terrible. Yeah. Okay. So it sees that just fine. And now I'm going to do this right and hit eject. And I can eject it with it not telling me to be careful. All right, well, so far so good. That is Google Chrome. Chrome Flex on a Pentium dual core 1.8 gig. Perfectly usable. It has, what is this? Premium video meetings, okay, and several other things that you can do with it. But it's fairly limited. It does exactly what it says it'll do. It'll go to Google Docs quickly. Nice. Okay, so if you go to your resume, I'm just to pick one out here. And very serviceable. Does a fine job. This mouse is crap. Yes. All right. So there we go. Yes, it is serviceable. It works with the internal network card. It does everything it says it's supposed to, and it's quite very quick for what it is. This computer would not, I mean, at the end of Vista's life, this thing was a dog. It was slow, so no, not worth a hoot. So let's turn this guy off. Wait for all the lights to go out here. And it's off. All right, so Google Chrome on a core or dual core Pentium. Yes, works just fine. What about, let's take this a step a little bit farther. This is a Core 2 Duo. It is 2 gigahertz and 2 gigs of RAM and 120 gig hard drive. I don't think this is I don't think this is solid state, but we'll find out. Let's take a look at it real quick here. This one has the what do you call those things? I forget now. Anyway, the external cards that you can put in it for all kinds of stuff. I even have some. Wow, it does not want to lock down. There we go. It's got, again, it has your network. It has your network on off. It has IEEE 488. It has mic and headphones, single this time. And it has a big slot. I don't know what that's for. If I can find what it's for, I'll put it in when I edit this thing out. On the back, it's got VGA and serial. Here's where you hook up your power. It's got a couple of USBs, not fast, network and modem built in. On this side, a couple more USBs, not fast, and a DVD ROM, not a writer. This is just a ROM. And this one, I think, yes, you can pull the whole darn thing right out of it. That's because the screw's missing. And you could replace it if you wanted to with a ROM. The battery is missing. And it is, I had it in here, but it got so hot I couldn't touch it. I took it out. That's a bad thing to do. Nothing else fancy on this one. The front has nothing. So this does not have a reader. I don't think. We'll check and see what that is. A card reader. Nope, doesn't look like it. Now you can stick one into the card here. So let's. I know I'll be able to remember what the name of that thing is when I do the editing on here. All right, so this one is a Dell Latitude D630. Let's start it up and go into the setup. F2. All right, let's see if we can get this a little bit brighter. Ambient light sensors off. Brightness is max. Brightness AC. Nope, can't get this one any brighter. Primary video is on board. This one doesn't have a battery either. So we want to go for our date and time. March 21st, 2023. Huh. Well, the time is incorrect, but it kept the date. That's interesting. It is now 12:47:17 p.m. Boot sequence is USB, CD, and then internal hard drive, NIC, or diskette. Onboard devices. Yes. Enable. Don't need the PCIe. What was the last one on this? I had RPL. Don't know. Internal modem is enabled. External USB ports. Parallel port. Parallel port? What parallel port? That's weird. Serial port is COM1. 1394 PC card is enabled. SATA, so it's this one is set up as ATA module bay device. So you put something extra in it. That's flash cache module is off. Okay, so let's see the flash cache module. Okay, so you have to go through ACHI. Changing file may prevent your operating system. No, I don't want to. Okay. If it's set up that way, leave it that way. ASF flash. It's set not to. The microphone is enabled. Primary video is on board. Got no security. And it's done that Wi-Fi catcher thing again. Performance. We want acoustic, the heck with it. Noise is fine, and SpeedStar's enabled. Power management. Auto on mode is off. Auto on time is off. USB wake up is off, and wake on LAN is off. So, and this one has docking setups. It is undocked. PCI slot monitoring, post behavior. Yeah, just basic stuff. Fast boot. Minimal virtualization. This one will do virtualization because this is a Core 2 Duo. If you want to run a virtual machine on here, you have to turn that on or it will not run. It won't even let you try. We're not going to worry about it right now. Touchpad as PS2. USB emulation. USB aware operating system, I don't care. And the wireless, Bluetooth is enabled. All right, so does this thing have all that junk on there? System info. Yeah. It's an Intel Core 2 Duo, 2 gigahertz. Minimum clock is 1.2. Processor cache size is 2 gigs. Memory is 2 gigs of memory with a 667 front side bus of DDR2. Has a 120 gig hard drive, a DVD-ROM, 1588 graphics. It's 14-inch, 1280 by 800. This is another Sigmatel and a Connextent modem, Wi-Fi. It does not have a cellular device or a Bluetooth device, and no flash cache. Battery is not installed on either. You could put a battery, if you look here, you could put a battery into this bay over here. Neither one of them has anything. It's running strictly off of off the power supply, and it can only do that when you got 90 watts. Okay, so we'll save and exit. All right, now, this one, I put a different operating system on it. This one has got an operating system called Puppy Linux. Now, Puppy Linux is a very small, at the very base of it, it's a very small Linux. I believe it's based on Debian. Don't quote me on that, but I think when you install stuff, it comes up and says it DEBs. But it is fairly robust and fairly well-rounded, but it's made to work with older, not so robust or well-rounded machines. So let's take a look at what this is. So it's up. It's called Bionic Pup 32. This is the 32-bit version. It's on SDA 1, and it will eventually just pop into it. It's loading the kernel. Now, Pup allows you also to, this is a 686. It does, in other words, 64-bit. It does allow you to run it off of the USB dongle if you want to, and it does it's fair. It's not bad at all. You're not going to win any races with it, but at least it will allow you to do it, to see if you want to do it. The installation, we're going to go through that. All right, so it is getting everything all together. It's doing a login for X, and it should come up here in a minute. Again, I've got my, this is Inland. That's Micro Center's home brand. It's for a keyboard and mouse. I'm just using the mouse right now. The reason I use this is because I have never found a Linux yet that it didn't automatically recognize. So, oodie-doodie-doo. Okay, Pup32, Bionic Pup32. And it even makes noises. All right, so here we have your basic Linux front end, your screen. Up on the top, you've got it's just a bunch of things that it puts up instead of being down on the bottom. It puts them up here. You can move this around if you want to. It's got log out, in other words, shut down, or whatever you want to do. Shut down, restart the graphical server that you can do in Linux. You can lock your screen. Or you can restart the window manager if you've got more than one. This is just the one that comes with. It's got files menu, file manager over here. Notice how quick that is. It's got, this is a small version of Firefox to get online with. It says we are online right down here. Oh, that's volume. Where'd it go? Ah, there it is. It says we're online. And there's your interfaces. Interface 50.39. Cool. So everything's right. Wireless. Routing. DNS. What have I got? DNS is, it's in the config tail. Probably 1.1.1.1. And all the other stuff. And so here is a small version of Firefox, basically. So let's open a new window, and just for fun, let's see how this one does going to YouTube. Interesting. What is it filling out here? I've not used this very much, so I'm not really sure about it. So let's see. So see if you can use this one for YouTube. Please update your browser. Remind me later. Yes, you can put, there is a way to go and put full-featured Firefox on here. I'll get to that in a minute. It seems to be a little bit slower than unresponsive script. Just continue, see if it'll get it. Maybe. So you really, if you're going to do this for any length of time or, do a bunch of stuff, you're going to have to go and put the new one on it. I don't know. Just try something here to see if it comes up with it. The point is, will it play it in, this little window and then on full screen and reasonably smooth? Seems to be doing okay. Is that Michelle?
You can do this.
It is on.
You can do this.
Doesn't tell me. That's interesting.
There's luxury you can feel, and there's luxury that lets you feel
Huh.
infinitely you.
Okay. Let's get away from the ads. Yeah, it is not quite as fast as the Google Chrome. However, it's not Google Chrome. And they kind of, What is this? Sweet morning coffee jazz music. Let's go to full screen and see how it responds. Come on, you can do it. There we go. It's pretty smooth once it gets there. Now remember, this has only got 2 gigs of memory in it. Settings are not 720p auto quality. Can I change this? Let's try it in 1080p. And see how this poor little thing handles it. I can see a little bit of jerkiness up here. But you're asking a lot out of this Core 2 Duo. Still, that's fine. Take it back to auto. And it'll take it back down to 720. Ah, it stayed in HD. Isn't that cute? Okay. So, yes, you can use it to watch videos off of YouTube. Okay, that's good. Shut that down. Confirm close. It's working. Oh, it says to warn me when I do it. You can turn that off. You're about to close 2 tabs. Yes, thank you. All right, so that works. Plus, you've got a bunch of other stuff on here. You've got file system, utilities, and graphics. You've got a Paint, Inkscape. I don't know what View Noir is. Digital camera access. This does not have a camera on it, this laptop. Color chooser, camera manager, glue image joiner. You can take several images and it'll try its best to match them up like if you're doing a panoramic on your camera, on your phone. Print for graphics printing. I think it uses... Yeah. The word just went away. I'll think of it. Let's see. It's also got Abbey Word, but you can get LibreOffice, the full LibreOffice for it. Genie is it's an editor that you can use in a terminal window. LeafPad text editor, don't know. MP console editor, don't know. It's got a lot of stuff. Midnight Commander, I put that on there. For business, you've got numeric, planner, G calculator, measures. But like I said, you can always go get the LibreOffice and get everything for that. Personal, I don't know, some sort of a personal wiki, password manager, note case. The point is, it's got a lot of stuff on here. A lot of stuff. It's even got an FTP client. You can get the full web browser. It's using the Lite right now. It's got a hex chat. It's got, I don't know what that is. It's got a bunch of stuff. BitTorrent, SSH, remote login. So it's got all these applications. It's even got some games that you can play. And they're plenty fast enough. Multimedia, it's got Gnome Player, Ripper. Now, let's try what we tried on the other one. Let's see if we can do Spaceballs or something close to it, since this does have a DVD-ROM on it. Can't write to it, but we should be able to read it. Let's see what it does. It's like I said, it's going to take a little time. This is a DVD. One of the things that I want to make sure that you understand here is that this thing is doing all this on a Core 2 Duo, and it's doing it at a reasonable speed. And it's doing everything that you expect an operating system to do, like Windows. It even looks like Windows down here. You can actually use Linux for almost everything now. You don't have to, for your old junk, you don't have to go find a version of Windows that'll play on it. Just stick a puppy Linux or something like that on it. All right, it says, this seems to be a video DVD. Do you want to play it? Yeah, I want to play it. We can't play much of it. Spaceballs. And it says loading. And there it is. And is it playing? I don't know. Give it a minute to catch up. Nope. Oh, it's still running. This DVD is kind of in bad shape. Yes, it stopped. This is one of those double-sided DVDs. Let's turn it over and see if it'll work. It was really trying down here on the bottom. It's got a thing showing you your CPU usage, and it's pretty well maxed. There. All right. Yeah, it's not perfect. Let's try the other side. Okay. It's a DVD. It takes a while to wind itself up. Okay, I found it. SR0 and play. Come on. You're not happy with this one, I don't think. It's still trying. The light she is a-flashing. I have not cleaned this or anything new. It doesn't want me to. It does not want to let go. All right. Let's see. Oop, there it went, finally. Let's try another DVD that's in better shape. Push that in there. This is a horrible movie, but at least it's the disc is cleaner itself. It's not flashing so stupidly now. Yes. There we go. Yes. Okay, so there we got video is playing off the DVD, and yes, that's the way it looks. It's terrible. I agree. But the DVD is playing on this. So if you want to play DVDs, you can do it on Puppy. So what have we learned? We've learned that, yes, you can take an old computer and turn it into something useful for today's normal stuff that you're going to do. So, okay, that's about it for this one. And let me know what you think here, guys. And don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell if you want to hear more, see more of this stuff, like the next one we got coming up, where we'll install an entire Puppy Linux on a mediocre but ridiculously large laptop. That see how it works and if you can actually use it. So, until next time.